I mean, no matter what religion you are, God does incredible things.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yes. And that's like the beginning of it
going.
too. Like,
I love this.
oh my gosh. So this is Friday, right? In the middle of his sermon, he brings out his wallet. And then he goes, I have this $20
oh my God.
in my hand. And he said he was supposed to give it as a tip last night at this place in DC. The tip ended up being like more than $20. You're tearing up. So listen, hey Louie, I think you have my 20. Can I show you something? Excuse me. And right here I said, yeah, I paid in cash $20, and this is 7:55 p.m.
I texted my brother that.
And I wasn't supposed to be here today.
I prayed. You don't know how much I prayed for Alex to have friends like you guys.
Yeah, it's true.
Honestly.
Over here.
I love this.
Honestly.
Still far, don't cry.
It's true.
He is such a good soul.
Okay, so this weekend, completely like the most unplanned stuff of the whole summer. And so, to start, I was supposed to be performing on Friday. I got an invite because I went to an open mic night on Tuesday. You probably saw the clips and stuff when I've been trying to like advertise for Type of Aura and Stage Lights, my newest song that released. So I got an invite to perform on Friday. So I was in the DC area, and I had to wait for a friend of mine who is like a coworker of mine at the studio. We're supposed to like tag team, go together, like both performance and also like market like the studio and tell people about it in DC because we need more artists to like actually record and like make money. So that's what the plan was. What happened was I noticed that like he was gonna be really late because his aunt was supposed to come and pick him up. He lives in Maryland. So I was like, okay, what do I do while killing the time? I called my brother. He lives in Crystal City, Arlington. And so I called him. I was like, yo, are you busy? He's like, oh, I was going to go to the gym. Why? I was like, yo, can you come to the studio for a little bit? I'll even pick you up and we'll record like our song. Because he made a beat. It was like his first beat, but it was really good. And so he wanted to actually like get me on it. And like we made a whole track together. It was really great. That was like the first like surprise of the day was like that ended up being the only thing I did that day until like 2 a.m. The guy never showed from Maryland. He like kind of like left me on scene.
Isn't it incredible how God does, I mean, no matter what religion you are, God does incredible things.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yes. And that's like the beginning of it too.
I love this.
Oh my gosh. So this is Friday, right? Then the next, later, like it's like 2 a.m., right? And I tell my boss that I'm heading out, like, you know, I don't think the guy's gonna show. And he's like, yeah, no, leave. Like, that guy's like, you know, he's not in his right headspace or whatever. Like, he wasn't on that day. And so I was like, yeah, no worries. Like, I'll just forget about it. And so I was really tired. I was supposed to go home, but I ended up sleeping at my brother's apartment because he has an apartment in Crystal City. So I sit there, like on his couch. It's like, you know, it's like a smaller couch. It's bigger than this, but I ended up just sleeping there, like during a shower. I usually shower at night, like especially after a long day like that. But I was like so tired and just slumped. Next morning, I was supposed to just head out. I didn't do that. Something like I got a text from the person that like asked me to perform at his place. This was at like 2 a.m.
The guy from Maryland.
No. This is
another.
This is the guy that I met at the open mic that told me about the event on Friday. He ended up telling me that it's a 2-day event, like Friday and Saturday. So guess what? I'm there already. So I was like, why don't I just wait it out? I was supposed to come here actually that day, but I told Alex that, hey, like, you know, I think I'm supposed to like perform tonight instead, and so that's where I needed to be. And so the time comes around that it's time to perform. I make my way over there. It's like pouring rain. I also went to the mall beforehand because I got this stuff. It was from the tax-free weekend. I don't know if you guys did shopping or anything like that.
No.
But I went over there and I noticed that Lincoln Theater is on the same road. And Lincoln Theater, if you search on Google Maps, is where it also says Passion City, DC at Lincoln Theater, because they currently rent the space out every week. And Passion is where, that's where this cup came from, and Atlanta, it's kind of like branched from Atlanta.
That's weird.
Atlanta.
And I picked up that cup out of
don't know where.
cups in my house.
Out of nowhere. So it started from Atlanta to DC, and then now they have like little branches here and there. But yeah, right now they're currently at Lincoln. So I just passed by and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know if you've been to Ben's Chili Bowl, but it's right next to it. It's like Barack Obama ate there. They have a whole like poster and everything like that on it. But anyway, so that's that night. That's Saturday night. And I put it on my story. It's like before Sunday morning comes Saturday night. And then so that video actually I got to show. I'm getting ahead of myself. So okay, so it's Saturday, right? I do that performance, and it went well. It turned into like a karaoke night. Actually, it was really fun. So after that, I was gonna drive home. Again, I was a little tired, and I was like, I don't really want to drink a Monster or Celsius, because I think, although it'll get me home, I think I won't sleep for another 5 hours.
It'll be up
So
all night.
exactly. So I called my brother again, and he was okay for me to sleep over again. So this became a brother's weekend, like where we could bond and everything. I don't usually do that. Like I've never slept over at his place, like unless it was planned, and it was only like a one night thing. Now it was like the whole weekend, so it was great.
Wow.
Good. That's supposed to be the end of that, but then I realized that it's Sunday and I need to go to church. And I was like, yo, where do you go to church? And he's like, yeah, I go to Passion here in DC, the location right now. And I was like, oh, I was just there yesterday. I had to pay for parking and everything. It's called, it's like Franklin D. Roosevelt parking garage. That's important actually. I paid $20 in there. It was like one of those things. Yeah, it was one of those things that you kind of like either do credit card or cash. And I was like, I was talking to the person. I was like, hey, is it like more discounted? Like, is there an additional fee if you use credit cards? Sometimes I do that, right? And so they're like, no, it's like the same either way. I was like, it's fine. I have $20 in my wallet, And so I just gave it, and then I spent the night in that area. Didn't know that I was gonna be back there the next morning. So church starts. We're a little late, so we didn't go to the garage because we knew it would fill up. That specific garage they like to set for the attendees of the church.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes like they have a cutoff point or whatever, so we didn't make it. We made it to like just a street parking. We walk over. They're still doing worship. It's like one of my favorite songs at the moment. Like obviously there's a bunch of worship songs, but that's besides the point. The guy from Atlanta doesn't preach anywhere else. He's only in Atlanta. This weekend only, he flew out here with his wife to give a sermon.
Oh my God.
The sermon was about finances and wealth and how the most generous person in your life is God, because he is generous enough to give his one and only son to die on the cross for your sins. And that to me, like he said that, but like there was also a lot of other things about like tithes and giving. In the middle of his sermon, he brings out his wallet, and then he goes, I have this $20
Oh my God.
in my hand, and he said he was supposed to give it as a tip last night at this place in DC. The tip ended up being like more than $20. You're tearing up. So listen, so he was supposed to give it, but then he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna like write it in on the payment, more than $20." And then he was like, "I'm holding on to this 20. I don't know who it's for." And then he sees this homeless person, and he decides to give more than 20 or like something else, but he still held on to the 20. There was like a bunch of people like up until that point that he has run into, that he was thinking he would give the 20 and would need it, but he never gave it to them. So he got to that service to give the sermon, and he was saying like, if you've been praying, for like a $20 or something like that, or like if this $20 means something to you, like please come up to me like later on in the service. So I end up staying till the very end.
Oh my God.
And this is something that I had to record on my voice memo that I can play for you guys.
Hey Rick, I found them.
Hey Louie, I think you have my 20. Can I show you something? Excuse me. I'm so sorry. So last night I was in this area and I went to Franklin D Center Garage. It's like the closest one. I even texted my brother because I normally like pay with credit card, right? And right here I said, yeah, I paid in cash $20, and this is 7:55 p.m.
I
yesterday.
texted my brother that.
And I wasn't supposed to be here today. I was supposed to be back in like Northern Virginia. And just like I've never like I have a church back there, but like I went to Atlanta over in January, and I wanted to come see Passion again since I was in the area. And my brother lives here, and he let me stay over. I just slept in his couch, and I woke up. This outfit I just bought yesterday. I was just like at the mall. It was tax-free weekend. I don't know if you know about that. They have tax-free weekend in DC. You should go buy like a new shirt. I don't know, but yeah, I paid $20 yesterday. And when you brought out $20, I was like, that's crazy because I don't ever pay with $20 cash. And I was just like, that's kind of
That's awesome. Do you need the $20?
that would be nice.
Right.
That would be really
I
nice.
think it's wherever my Bible is.
Okay.
So, yep.
You keep that $20.
I'm Cody.
Don't ever spend it.
And I was at
Message.
literally
Oh, God.
this is my church notes, and so I even put here too. I was in yeah, and there's that part of Benson Boone's song in the Stars. He said, "A crumpled 20 still in the box. I don't think that I could ever find a way to spend it, even if it's the last 20 that I've got." And I felt like this is like the perfect place to tell the story to you guys too, because we did this like downstairs, like we performed that song downstairs, and like it just was so moving. I was shaking for like the rest of the day, and the sermon was about giving, and what you have in your life is not because you earned it.
Yeah.
It was given to you like by God, and it's His generosity, His like grace for you, and you're putting you in this place. I have the best friends, best like family. Like I don't know like where I'd be like if I was born somewhere else, in a different family or anything like that. But all I know is I'm here right now. And I had that conversation with Louie Giglio, and that was really special. And so I haven't been giving tithes to any like church or anything like that like in the past, and I was this close to like being like, okay, like this is a sign for me to give to Passion, like tithes and all that, and I was like sold on it. Before that point, my brother then told me like his side of it, and he serves for Passion, like, and he's experienced church hurt actually through Passion and through my community church too, and so like. Sometimes like
I would love to go.
sometimes like you get like there's like this side that you see from the just church goer side, and then there's this side that's service side, and like sometimes things go south when you're on this side. All I know is I had a good experience here, but maybe it's not the place I need to give, and maybe it's not just 10%, because he kept talking about above and beyond. And like there's like an initiative that they're doing with Passion of above and beyond, but I'm not gonna give to that. I choose to instead give 20% because it's the $20 bill, and like 20% of my salary is from here on out for my 20s, because I think like everyone keeps telling me that in their 20s that's when you like can make mistakes. That's when you can be like free with your money, because one is like. I'm still going to be under my parents, so I'm not going to like be homeless or anything, and 20% isn't my entire thing. I still have 80% to manage. The remaining is how much I'm going to keep and save and like put into like certificates and whatnot, but this is how much I'm like going to do from here on out. Like, or like however much I earn like in a month. It could be more, it could be less than that, but like that's what changed in my heart as of today. And I felt like it was worth sharing, because it's like I don't know, like I've always felt like I'm a nice person and like I'm generous, but I've never had anything where I can like say like, oh, like I consistently do it, you know? Like I do it once in a while here and there, and you know, it feels great, but it's like I think like this was my calling to like actually put my money where my mouth is, you know? And so that's where I am today, where
I
like
love it.
this $20
I don't
is like
consistently do
20%.
it, but there's a lot of homeless people who live in Alexandria, and sometimes, not long ago, there was a lady there, and I went and bought her stuff at Panera,
Yeah,
a full
food.
bag,
Yeah.
and I gave it to her. I don't give them money because there's a lot, you can smell the pot and like stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be giving money
Exactly.
to them. But I got her a whole bag of food, and
That's big.
yeah, and sometimes I see a man there, and I go from Jimmy John's, buy a sandwich, and I give it to him,
Yeah.
and things like that.
And
So
that's so
even
good.
if you don't
That's so
do it
good.
on a, I don't know, I need to go to a church, but see that the thing that I have, maybe that's a good place to go, but I see so many people that I prayed. You don't know how much I prayed for Alex to have friends like you guys.
Yeah, it's true.
Honestly,
It's
I love
true.
this guy.
honestly.
Oh, still far, don't cry.
It's true, it's true.
He is such a
It's true.
good soul.
Yeah.
I see so much of him. Me and him are so similar.
Facial structure too.
Personality.
No, I'm not as good looking as you.
Oh.